watch my feet here. Awfully steep staircase. Okay. And a huge step too to get out here. Alright, so as we pull into Canouan, let me read you a little bit about this island from my book, The Footprint Handbook to Grenada, St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Canouan is a quiet, peaceful, crescent-shaped island 25 miles south of St. Vincent. It is a small island measuring only 3.5 miles by 1.25 miles. It has excellent reef-protected beaches and hidden coves, and a barrier reef runs along the Atlantic side. The island was valuable for plantation crops during the colonial period for sugar and then cotton, which was grown until 1924. The Snag family, who owned the land, were unable to keep the plantation going, and the North reverted to scrub and thicket. The estate was sold to the government in 1946. Other local families include the Comptons and the Mitchells, shipwrights who arrived in the 1800s. At that time, there was plenty of cedar for the hull, mahogany for planking, and bamboo for masts for shipbuilding. In 1939, Reginald Mitchell built the largest schooner ever in the Lesser Antilles. The three-masted Gloria Colita was 165 feet long, 39 feet wide, and weighed 178 tons. Unfortunately, only 2 years later, it was found abandoned in a wash in the Gulf of Mexico, and no one knows what happened to Captain Mitchell and his crew. Much of the north of the island, 1,200 of the island's 1,866 acres, has been owned by the Canouan Resort Development Company since the early 1990s. At the time, the CRD built roads. Previously, there were only dirt tracks, installed electricity to the island, and residence houses, and provided desalinated water for the first time. The area was then taken up by Raffles Resort, then the Canouan Resort at Carnage Bay, rebranded from Raffles, a villa development, and the Tamarind Beach Hotel. Canouan has now undergone another metamorphosis. In early 2016, much of a new US $200 million development opened. Some of it incorporates the old facilities. The Tamarind Beach Hotel is still here, for example. While there's a new ultra-luxurious 26-suite and 6-villa Canouan resort. There are also 27 residences under the banner of Grenadine Estate. I'll pause for a moment here as we are arriving onto the pier. This is our first stop of 2 en route stops on the way to Union Island. We will next stop at Myro, a small island, the least inhabited of the Grenadines, with about 250 to 300 residents. And 4:25, we are now docked here in Canouan. Journey time from St. Vincent, 3 hours and 26 minutes. Alright, as we watch the loading and unloading of MV Guidance here in Canouan, let me finish reading a description of this island in the Grenadines. The airstrip has been extended so it can accept private jets, and a new marina is currently under construction in Glossy Bay with 80 berths, 6 of which will be able to accommodate super yachts. Access to most of this is gated, and only employees and guests are allowed entry to the Canouan Resort and anchorage. The Tamarind Beach Hotel and Yacht Club welcomes yachts and day visitors, and the 18-hole Grenadines Estate Golf Club, running up and over the hill, is the center of the island, is open to all. Some well-heeled tourists fly over from Mustique Island or the other super luxurious resorts in the Grenadines just for a day of golf. The international press has said that Canouan is the place where the billionaires go to get away from the millionaires. But if you're not quite in this league, there are other options. You can get there by ferry and visit on a day trip, and the Tamarind Beach Hotel and Yacht Club is in the mid-range category. The village on the leeward side in Grand Bay is Charlestown, founded after a devastating hurricane destroyed the settlement at Carnage Bay in 1921. Charlestown is architecturally uninteresting, untidy, and scruffy, having grown too quickly and unplanned, but has a few shops and a bank of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, which has an ATM. The white sand beach is superb, running the length of the bay and broken only by the jetty. The beaches in the south around Dulles and Friendship Bays are also splendid, with views of numerous islands to the south. While there are sheltered yacht anchorages in Friendship Bay, Glossy Bay, and off the Tamarind Beach Hotel and Yacht Club. Looks like they're importing some white sand to improve the beaches over here. That's interesting to see, a giant pile of sand off the jetty. And a bunch of concrete blocks, building materials. I wonder if those are coming on board here, or if those were already offloaded from a previous ship for construction projects. I did not see any of those on guidance today, so they're either coming on now to go further south, or they must have come in earlier on a different ferry. I don't see any billionaires who have come in by ferry. In fact, I think I'm the only tourist who is aboard guidance today. I haven't seen any other white people or any other folks who look like they are foreigners. It's obviously a transport for the local village here, and I assume there's probably some Vincentians who live on other islands who come to work at the super rich villas, yachts, and resorts here. Some very colorful houses up on the hill. Quite pretty. I really do like all the vibrant colors of the buildings here. We've got a welcome to Canouan billboard or sign hand painted here. Be curious to see how long it takes to unload and load up the ship. The woman at the Union Island Hotel, King's Landing, told me about 2 hours, whereas I think online I had read 30 minutes, so I guess we'll see which one is more accurate. Here's the giant pile of sand that's been imported. Very interesting to see. I guess they have some beach replenishment work to do. I did hear when I was on St. Vincent that the country had a series of 3 major winter storms in December that caused heavy flooding and damage, at least to the main island of St. Vincent. I'm not sure if that occurred here as well. I guess we're in the middle Grenadines now, on our way to the southern Grenadines. So I wonder where you import nice white sand from. They don't have a whole lot of it here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, so I'm guessing that's probably been brought in from a foreign island with extra sand to spare. Or maybe it's artificially manufactured. I don't know. It'd be interesting to find that out. I don't want to venture too far because I don't want to turn around and see the ship departing without me. I wish I had some sense of how long we're going to be here. Maybe I should try and ask one of the crew members. So it's going to be 2 hours. I want to take a walk around and see a few things, but well, let's go find out here.